Printing is going to be messy, and that's totally okay. 7th graders are only printing in black. 8th graders are doing multiple colors, so that will be a separate video for you all. So I want to talk about some of the parts I have here. This is called a plexiglass plate. It's just plastic, so all of my ink is going to go onto here. This is my brayer. Notice the brayer is sitting with the rubbery part facing up, not the metal part facing up. Because this is so squishy and soft, I'm not sure if you can see that give in there. If it's staying like on here, it can cause it to get like a flat edge, which I don't love. So I'm making sure it's constantly living facing up. I'm going to set that over here. I have a palette knife here. Right, palette knife, easy peasy. I have these these spoons. These are not for hitting people. They are not for hitting the paper, the desk, our legs, each other. That is not what these are used for. These are called burnishers. So you'll hold it like this and you'll press pretty hard to like transfer your ink to your paper. So there's some of our tools, and then I have ink, which is sort of like paint. So I'm going to do it in pink. If you are 7th grade, though, you are only printing in black. So the process is still the same, though. So I'm going to put a thin, or like a stripe. It's not super big. I can always add more, so I have my stripe set up at the top of here. I'm going to take my brayer and dip in. I'm not taking all of that ink. See, I'm leaving some there. I don't want all of it. I had a little bit too much, so I have some ink on there, and then the rest of my plate. This is like my grab zone, is what I like to call it. If I need something, I'm going to go back there for ink. So I'm going to set this down, push forward, lift up. I'm going to come back this way. So what I'm not doing is this, because it's not moving the ink anywhere, and it's kind of keeping it in the same section. So this is going to roll it out. So the texture we're looking for, I just achieved. It's sort of slight speckliness, right? And you can hear it. You can see that speckliness there. You can hear it sort of, that shh, shh, shh noise. That's how I know it's good. It's at the right texture. If you hear kind of like too much noise, that means you need to keep rolling it out. And if you don't hear any noise, that means you need more ink. Okay, so I have this. This is my ink plate. I'm going to slide this over here so I can show you the next step. So I have my ink plate still. I'm going to grab my block, and I'm just going to ink over the whole surface. So because I didn't make mine really flat, some of this is going to print onto my paper, which is fine. Just going to set that upside down, rotate here a little bit, and then my paper. So I'm going to set it down, grab my burnisher, and I'm pressing. I want to make sure I'm getting all those edges and I'm not letting my paper move. Right? I don't want it to transfer multiple times because I only have limited paper. So you can sort of see that my design is starting to show through the back. That's a good sign. Okay, so I have my first print. It's a little bit messy, right? I'm not the biggest fan of that. So part of why we're doing multiples is so we can get multiple nice looking artworks. So I'm ready to do my next one. Gonna do the same thing. I need a little bit more ink, I think. So I can even rotate this the opposite way. So you do want to move kind of quickly, or else it will dry on this and it will look weird. So you'll do it on separate papers. For my demo, I'm just doing it on the same paper. Not that big of a deal. Okay, so set it down and then rub pretty aggressively, nice and hard, because I want to make sure it's transferring appropriately. Okay, so that one, to me, already looks better. Crisper edges, especially around the heart. The marker isn't transferring as bad. I'm liking that more. So you will do that multiple times. I'm going to do a separate video on cleanup, especially for this and the palette and brayer and everything. But this is what you're going to do. You're just going to print it and call it a day.